Welcome to the National Weather Service Missoula planning briefing for Sunday, August 17th. Thanks for joining us. Let's begin with the weather threat matrix. Really what stands out the next several days through Wednesday is thunderstorms. We have a lot of remnant Pacific moisture that's moving into the region, and with that there's going to be plenty of instability kicking off elevated high base thunderstorms each afternoon through Wednesday. Our main concerns are going to be gusty outflow winds and a mix of dry and wet thunderstorms, really only seeing some potential for wetting rains right under the core of the thunderstorm. With high pressure building in across the Rockies, we are going to be seeing a warming trend as well, and we've elevated heat onto the matrix on Tuesday, really starting to see some hot conditions, especially in Idaho and those lower elevations. As well with that, we're seeing some lower humidity showing up east of the Divide and the Beaverhead Deer Lodge. And then by Friday, there's going to be a system rolling across Canada that's going to bring a backdoor front along the Divide, and we're going to be seeing a easterly wind shift starting late Thursday night and Friday morning. The next several slides, we're going to step through the overall weather pattern. Here we're going to be seeing graphics of 500 millibar heights, black lines, and then we're seeing the color fill showing temperatures, just getting a feel for the overall pattern. Here we're looking at Monday afternoon. Really what stands out is we're going to be seeing this big ridge of high pressure centered across the central Rockies slowly drift more so over the Four Corners and Great Basin the next several days. And that's going to be putting the Northern Rockies in the southwesterly flow pattern. Here transitioning to Tuesday, you can see those darker reds showing up, signifying the warming trend that's taking place as this high pressure ridge moves to the west and expands. And then by Wednesday, one feature to take note of is there is this trough that's going to be moving across British Columbia through Alberta, and we do start to see more of a westerly wind shift in the low levels. Aloft, we're still seeing that southwesterly flow, so we are going to continue to see these impulses of mid-level moisture and instability that's going to be kicking off rounds of thunderstorms. And then by Thursday, we do transition to more of a westerly flow pattern aloft, and that's going to be bringing an overall drying trend, less instability and moisture to work with for that thunderstorm activity. Just looking at the humidity trends throughout the upcoming week, do take note that the driest humidities generally are going to be on Tuesday, especially east of the Divide and the Beaverhead Deer Lodge National Forest, with those kind of drier conditions lingering into Wednesday as well, down in that neck of the woods. If you're curious on the overall temperature outlook, here we have several locations with the maximum and minimum temperature forecast throughout the upcoming week. Here's a look at the thunderstorm outlook, just the probabilities for thunderstorms each day, Monday through Wednesday. Here on Monday, it's really area-wide that we could see convection. The best focus for storms, though, is going to be kind of in the eastern portions of the Clearwater, the Nez Perce Clearwater National Forest, the Bitterroot, and then kind of into the Beaverhead Deer Lodge as well. Heading into Tuesday, there'll be lesser coverage of storms, but still seeing kind of isolated thunderstorms anywhere from the Clearwaters up through the Lolo and Bitterroot, and then southern portions of the Flathead National Forest as well. Coming on Wednesday, we do see kind of a better system moving through with that trough that's up in Canada, so there's going to be more forcing for thunderstorm activity, so a little bit higher probabilities for coverage area-wide there. What about the extended forecast? Really, the Climate Prediction Center is showing above normal chances for kind of warm and hot conditions through the third week of August. And with that, that high pressure ridge that's over the Four Corners is fairly persistent in a lot of the model guidance, and that is allowing the monsoon to finally get quite active. So we could be seeing pulses of moisture instability from the southwest, more typical of a Four Corners high pressure ridge that we typically see in August. So that's just something to be aware of in the extended forecast. Kind of warm temperatures and above kind of normal probabilities for seeing those pulses of monsoon activity. Thanks for joining us for the briefing today. Our next briefing is scheduled for Thursday, August 21st. Thank you and have a great day.